What's going on, y'all? ATR_Will Smith, and another for my brothers. What y'all got going on, man? Like for real, in all seriousness. What do y'all have going on with y'all, man? Why y'all being so sassy? Why y'all acting like y'all bitch made? Why you letting a woman get to you to the point where she knows how to access your feelings for a reaction? What the hell is wrong with y'all? What are y'all doing? Let me tell y'all something real quick. Oh boy. Yo, if you were ever, number one, dealing with a fucking woman, this person don't know how to drive. If you ever fucking dealing with a woman that's using her emotions, man, to pick and pry at yours in a negative connotation, listen to me. Cut her off. Cut her off, man. Why you acting out? Stalking the bitch? Following her? Chasing her? Like the niggas that she's with? Making fake profiles, fake pages? Nigga, we don't do that shit, nigga. We go find somebody else, or we get back to our purpose and our money. Stop this sassy shit, man. Stop the subliminals, man. Whoever it is that you're talking to, directly speak to them. Communicate how you feel, whether it's positive or negative connotation, whatever it is. And dead it. To be real, you don't even need to say shit because you don't owe nobody nothing. You don't. So why, as men, do we continue to be fucking sassy? Why? Half the time, it's not even your own fault. A lot of y'all grew up in single mother households. Valid, got it. But a woman cannot raise a man to be a man. A woman can raise a man to be sustainable in this world. But the mindset of a man, no. Male nature, a woman could never teach you that. And that's where the sassiness comes in. Sassiness to me is a female trait. The arguing back and forth is a female trait. And I say that shit all the time. I'm not arguing back and forth with no female. I'm not doing that. Because your emotions get enraged. Kind of like how I'm explaining this shit to y'all. To prove a point. That sassy behavior. And that shit gotta stop, yo. I'm disappointed in my men. I'm disappointed in y'all kings. What the fuck? What the fuck? What are y'all doing? Yo. But going back to the single mother households, dad is not there. A lot of times you have mom there, you might have your sisters there, cousins, whatever the case may be, but it's not a male, consistent male figure in the household to really just give you the ins and out on what it's like to be a man, or even just for you to shadow a man. Excuse me, to see what they got going on. When I was growing up, my mom, I was adopted. She had a divorce before I was even in the picture, right? And it was a single female household, right? I seen that. My sisters lived in the house with me. It was my brother that's a year older than me, but we're both the same age, so we're both, learning from these females. And as I got older, I noticed men that had dual gender or mom and dad in the picture, and their mindset and how they moved was very different than mine's was. And I personally just didn't like that shit. I didn't like it. I was just like, yo, like, how is this man, for example, let's talk about relationships. How is this man able to pull this woman, or how is he able to be so smooth, or he's just really just minding his business, and the women, the women are there, and he's focused on his purpose, Meanwhile, my family's trying to teach me how to simp, always take care of the woman, And there's nothing about being a man in that solution. Not for my sisters, not for my mother. It was, hey, learn how to cook, learn how to clean, go get your grades, the typical stuff, right? A man or a father is going to go above and beyond and just show you the stuff that he's doing. Half the time, as a young man, you shouldn't even be doing some of the stuff your dad is doing, or your brothers, but You get that experience early on, and when you become an adult, you'll know how to have great discernment on what it is you should do and what it is you should not do, right? And I think it's the biggest lesson I learned from my brothers. It was a lot of things that me and my brothers did that my mom didn't approve of, but when I was around them doing these things, they proved that, hey, it's not bad that you're doing it. It's just that a woman would disapprove, right? So, for example, hey, talking to women way older than me, right? I think I was like 17, right? Minor, right? In the woman's eyes, hey, you shouldn't be talking to no adult. That's a charge, right? But my brothers wanted me to put me in that pool of talking to older women to see the mindset and see the difference between that level and the women that were my age group. And definitely some immaturity and some ignorance in it, right? But that's what my brothers were there for. They're the ones that taught me how to cut my hair. They're the ones that taught me how to not only cook like my mothers did, but how to cook for others in the sense of attraction, like the law of attraction, right? In that sense, like you have a honey over, whatever the case may be. Hey, make sure that she's completely comfortable. You feel me? Like music, whatever, smell goods, have your food, see what she likes and see what she doesn't like, you know, obviously. But not a lot of men know how to cook. And my brothers showed me that, hey, the stuff that they taught me is not typical dishes that you cook. It's not the typical 30-minute meals that you learn growing up. None of that. Real intricate, taking your time and letting a woman taste test as you go. Little things like that my mom didn't teach me, right? Learning how to work on a vehicle. Learning how to not be stranded. Learning how to survive on the bare minimum. There's a difference between a man and a woman. The woman is going to give you everything, the mother. It's going to give you everything you need. The father's going to give you this much and tell you to make this out of it. This much and tell you to make this much out of it, right? So you learn how to adapt and overcome. As a man, that's very important because life doesn't always go as it seems. It doesn't always go the way you want it to. Life is not a game. It's real out here. And when my brothers brought me out into the real world, even as I was transitioning into adulthood, I truly understood when I left my mom's house and they told me, when you get out on your own, you're going to see things that mom won't teach you. And that's the reason why, men, you need to have a male figure around you growing up, especially in your early 20s. Always have someone there with like great guidance, you know. And don't get me wrong, excuse me, I got some sniffles. Don't get me wrong, it's not a crime to be emotional, right? You want to have masculine and feminine energy. I'm not saying don't have that. What I'm saying is don't act on emotions alone and not use logic, because that is not a masculine trait. That's a feminine trait, and that is sassy behavior. Deleting females off your social media because they got you tight or they talking to your boy. None of that shit should bother you if it's not affecting, again, your personal growth, right? Or your finances. The shit don't matter. When you make it a priority and you start shifting away from the things that make sense and should matter in your life, sassy behavior, you'll start to go through this downward, this downward spiral of losing yourself as a man, having beta mentality, wanting a woman to fill in the void, and that's a female trait. Women seek men to fill the blank space. They are independent on their own. They want a man to be able to supply them things that money can't buy, right? So our job as the man is to have those monetary things in effect, right? Not for the woman per se, but you just want to make sure that you're in a great financial situation to where it's not an issue no more for you. You just go out here and you're high value, right? High value. So I want you guys to really just take that into consideration, because it's not a game out here. Definitely, find a man or a brother or a father, even if they're not together, a father or mom are not together. Find a male figure that can teach you these gems, and you'll understand what it's like to be a high valued man, high profile, man. Focused on your vision, focused on your self-growth, and taking the great gems from others around you, like-minded, same sex. All right, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all stay safe and know what to do. Hey, make sure that you guys actually subscribe to my auto YouTube channel, NTR_Will Smith, okay? I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, this is episode 3. Peace.